Hey everybody, welcome to the ZoeGoes Fall Capsule Clinic. I don't know about you, but there's something about fall that makes me feel like nesting, is really necessary at this time, clean out, clear out, realign. And I just thought maybe there's some people who want to know, how can I create greater simplicity, ease, and clarity in my life? And kind of one of the most um, benign ways to do that is in our closet. And here's a little hint. What starts in our closet will eventually lead to other areas of our life. So, welcome. Grab a pen and paper and your tea or coffee, and let's get started. So, let me start by saying a little bit about why I started Zoe Goes. You know, I wanted more convenience in my life. I got stuck overnight in Heathrow because my flight from Spain had been delayed. And I thought if I'd only had my carry-on bag only, I bet I would have made my flight. And that was the genesis of the Zoe Goes line. I came back into my own closet, shopped my own closet, and started pulling pieces that I knew could mix and match with other pieces. Nothing could go into the suitcase that didn't work with something else. So the whole idea was versatility, ease, and coherence. And quite frankly, those are a couple of the primary principles in a capsule wardrobe of any sort. The first one is longevity. Are these pieces things that have a reasonable lifeline? Not disposable, not necessarily super trendy, although I do think it's important to have some fun accent trendy pieces if that's your style. Um, is it well made? And is there a coherence to the pieces? Can they work together? You know? And so that's kind of why I started the line. I thought there has to be an easier way. I do believe that travel has the power to transform. So for me, it was really bigger. The line has never been just about clothing. It's been underpinnings are like, how can I help women, especially, express themselves in the world, always feel beautiful, keep it easy, with pieces that are stylish, yet still somewhat traditional, things that can be fluid and flexible and work into any closet. So that's a little bit, about Zoe Goes and why I started it and what I think is important. And we, I do believe that once you learn these principles for your closet or for travel, because I really started it for travel, um, you'll see how those principles are applicable to other aspects of our lives. So hang on, let's get started. So the first thing is what I want you to do, and this is just to kind of become present for the moment. I'm going to ask you to pick 3 favorite places. Now, these places can be cities or countries or rooms in your home. They can be, your grandma's kitchen, national parks, botanical gardens, whatever those spaces are for you. I want you to think of 3. Pick 3 and write those down. Now, I want you to pay attention to whatever came up first. Feel into it. Don't make it overly complicated. But I want you to, for each one of them, think about why you love that place. Why is it special to you? What is it that makes it one of your favorites? Take a moment to do that. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is to put them in an order. It doesn't have to be rank order, like this is my favorite, and this is my second favorite, this is my third. No, just put them in an order that you think feels natural. Now, maybe it's how you wrote them down originally, or maybe you want to move something around. But write one, two, and three in whatever order feels right. Okay, so let me tell you. Whatever you ranked as number one and the description that's associated with it is kind of how you see yourself. Or better yet, aspects of yourself that you may not fully be incorporating or recognizing or honoring. Number two is how others see you, the things they pick up about you, the things that they like about you and admire. And number three is the truth bomb. It's the objective point of view. And what's beautiful is that whatever you wrote, whatever came up for you, is all part of your soup. It's a beautiful blend. In all likelihood, there are aspects that you don't really think about very often, but I'm encouraging you to recognize as something that's important to who you are, why you're here, what you're doing. It's all so much fun. All right. So you can always come back to that, have a little fun with it. Send me some notes. Let me know what came up for you. I would love to know what your answers are to these, to this ranking, these three results. All right. So what would make this 90 minutes worth it for you? And I just stop and take a minute and write out what you'd love to have accomplished at the end of this time together. The reason why we do that is because it brings focus and attention to what it is that you're doing. You sometimes we can be all over the place, but if you set it up front, what you hear and what you remember and what you take notes on will be in alignment with what your intention was for what you wanted to take away. So take a minute to do that, and then we'll keep going. All right, let's move. Now, here's a fun fact. Did you know that most women only wear 20% of what is in their closet? That's right, 20%. Oh boy. So for the average woman in the US, 80%, that 80% that you're not really actively wearing in a year has tied up somewhere around $4,000. What could you do with that $4,000? Oh my goodness. So part of this exercise is to free up some cash flow so that you can become more intentional about how you're spending, why you're spending, what you're spending, and quite frankly, take that money and go travel or do something else. You know, it's not always so obvious how the leaks in our bucket, clothing can be one of those spaces. And especially if you don't feel like you've optimized how you dress, how you use your clothing to express who you are, there's probably a lot of waste. And so part of this capsule clinic is to help you focus and align and get clarity on what is true for you when it comes to your wardrobe, your self expression, how you want to feel in your clothing day to day. Well, not just clothing, but also in your life. Come on, let's do something fun with that 4 grand. How about it? Now, I will add a little caveat for the girlies who are really into trends. This number could be even higher. You know, it's mind-boggling. This is based on an average item cost of $50. So let's go. Moving into the style story. So this is a short quiz, 5 questions. And what I want you to do is just write down which answer feels most like you, which one resonates the most, A, B, C, or D. And at the end, I'll tell you what it means. We've got fun little archetypes associated with it. Again, the point is to provide additional clarity. All right. So when I open my closet, I want to feel A, calm, organized, and ready for anything. B, creative and a little bold. C, polished and put together. Or D, comfortable and effortlessly cool. Question 2. My ideal fall outfit looks like A, soft neutrals layered with clean lines. B, textures, prints, and statement jewelry. C, a tailored blazer, dark jeans, and sleek boots. D, leggings, cozy knits, and sneakers. Yeah, don't overthink it. Just write down what comes up first. 3, my wardrobe challenge is too many things that don't mix or match. I get bored easily and chase trends. I have work clothes and real life clothes that don't overlap. Or D, I live in comfy basics and don't feel pulled together. Number 4, when I pack for a trip, I usually make a list. This is A, make a list and stick to it. B, throw in what I might wear and end up with way too much. I know there are a lot of us out there where B is where we get stuck. C, pack just in case options for every event. Or D, prioritize comfort and figure out outfits later. 5th and final question, my signature accessory is A, a scarf or wrap that goes with everything. B, bold earrings and colorful shoes or a cute bag. C, a structured handbag or belt. D, a great pair of sneakers or a soft cardigan. All right, what I want you to do now is just quickly add up how many A's, how many B's, how many C's, how many D's you got, and then notice what letter you have the most of. And this is how the fall archetypes break down. If you got mostly A's, you're the minimal maven. You love clean lines and quality fabrics, calm color palettes. Your capsule thrives on timeless, versatile staples. Think of the ZoeGoes Live Top and the Cam Pants, for instance. If you got mostly B's, you're a creative curator. You're expressive and you love to mix patterns and colors and textures. Capsules work for you when you anchor your artful pieces with neutrals and grounding basics. Okay? If you got mostly C's, you're a polished professional. You gravitate towards structure and sophistication. Capsules simplify your mornings and help bridge work and leisure without losing your sophisticated edge. If you got mostly D's, you're the ease enthusiast. Ease is everything. You live for soft fabrics, relaxed fits, and unfussy outfits that still look intentional. A capsule helps you stay comfy and pulled together. All right. I hope that was kind of fun, and it's interesting. Now, if you, out of the 5 questions, got a split of 2, 2, and 1, for instance, that's okay. It just means that the way that you're currently putting your closet together or thinking or not thinking about how you shop could use a little like coordination, or it could be that you've got very distinct ways that you have to show up in life. And so you've got kind of 2 different spaces. But my argument would be that it's possible to really whittle that down and make it more coherent so that you don't feel like this over here and nothing really works together. or they don't blend together. That is not my belief. I think that there are ways to have both business sophistication, casual comfort, and then just everyday minimalism. Like I just need to be, I need to look decent, business casual, without going overboard. I think it can all happen in the same wardrobe, same closet. So consider this workshop the first step, maybe, in consolidating, getting down to something that really helps take away all the extra decision making. I mean, who wants to stand in front of their closet every day trying to decide, what am I going to wear today? Um, Especially when we travel. That is no fun. How many of you have had that up past midnight trying to get everything together for your trip and then you just forget about it and you're like, you slam it all in the suitcase, close it, and get on your way? That is no fun. And it's not a way to start your travel vacation. So this workshop should be really helpful for you. All right, on to the math magic. Here's the thing. Basic math is everything here. The ZoeGoes, this formula is, and you may have heard of a 3 by 3 by 3 before. I just added a fourth 3. In this case, I've got 3 tops, 3 bottoms, 3 colors, and 3 shoes. Now, the way the magic works is that these 3 tops and 3 bottoms can all work together. You can wear any of the tops with any of the bottoms. Part of what makes this so powerful is that we've identified 2 basic colors, black and white, and an accent color. And when you do this for any kind, especially travel, that's 6 pieces in your suitcase. Not even. 4 pieces in your suitcase, 2 pair of shoes, because you're going to wear one of these combinations and one of these pairs of shoes on the plane or on the train or however you're traveling. So now think of all the space you've got. You can actually just use your carry-on roller bag or a duffel bag for up to 9 days. It's easy enough to add 1 or 2 additional tops, and now you're really set. So this idea of needing to have all kinds of things and stuff to the gills with clothing, no, you don't really need all of that. This is a perfect example of a great travel capsule. 6 articles of clothing, 4 of which will go in the suitcase, 2 pair of shoes, any kind of extras or accessories that you might want to bring. But this is where the math really works in your favor. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 outfits. Most of us don't travel for more than a week. It's great. All right, let's move on. Here's an example of what that might look like. What we've got across the top are the 3 tops, and then the 3 pair of pants are underneath. And what's so cool about this is it helps you see, like, oh yeah, I can see how these tops would all go with each pair of pants. Now, of course, the pants, there could be shorts, there could be a skirt, there could be, I don't know, whatever else. Leggings could be one of these choices. The idea, though, is that it's simple. You throw in a cool accent jacket or coat and a bag, and you're good to go. Your travel plans just got super easy. Now, of course, what I've included here in the middle is that our green Live Cardi wrap. That can be worn 10 different ways. It's amazing. And below that are the black cam pants. Again, multi-purpose, no wrinkles, ready to go wherever you are. I just want you to like honor the simplicity of this. This is how it could be for you. Now, if this was a different season, if it was summertime or wintertime, you would add different pieces so that you could layer, but we'll do those capsule clinics seasonally. A swimsuit, some kind of other summery outdoor thing, a hat. But for fall and a long weekend or a week, this is all you need. Awesome. Now, how do we scale that up for an entire season? Oh, before we go on, only keep your favorites. Only use your favorites. If you love it, you'll wear it. If you've been meaning to wear it and you take it, it's just going to take up space. I mean, think about the first things that you reach for when you're getting dressed to do anything. It's usually your favorites. And then out of necessity or because you feel guilty, you'll reach for something you haven't worn in a while. That's no fun, right? So we don't really need them. Upcycle them, donate them, um, clear out the space. Give yourself mind and body space in your closet. Okay, so what's next, Karen? Here we go. The first thing I want you to think about is your color palette. And I have a downloadable PDF that you can use to take notes or map out your own palette um, when you're ready to do that. But for now, I just wanted to present a couple of options to you. So on the left are our neutrals, complementary colors to those neutrals, and potential accent colors. Of course, this is just an example. Now the neutrals are pretty true. Where they have charcoal, that could certainly be black or a navy. They use as complementary, but this is just to give you a feeling of how colors break down by, I guess, category. Neutral, complementary, and accent. And even on the right, on the left, you can see how those color might mix and match together. Now that's a lot. Remember, you want two neutrals, two of your like core colors, your basic colors, and one accent. You can always add more than that. We'll talk about it when we get to the page where we're scaling up for a season. But an alternative to a more neutral palette is a bright palette. Now it says spring palette, and I bring that in because I don't feel beholden to a particular color in a particular season. Like if you want to wear watermelon pink in the fall or in the winter, go for it. If that's what makes you happy, you should wear the colors that make you feel good, regardless of season. I also wear white year round. So it says spring palette, does not have to be spring, but I did want to highlight core brights. Now, again, you could do the same thing. You could have select your neutral colors, could be the charcoal and white, or it could be the charcoal and taupe, and then come over and choose your bright colors. Or you could be someone for whom bright colors are part of your everyday, and you go for it. And what becomes your accent or your base is a white or a black. Completely up to you, not difficult. Don't overwhelm yourself with too many colors, but it'll be interesting. I want you to, when we're done, go to your closet and try to hang your pieces by color family. That will tell you where your dominant lean is, like the colors that you kind of lean towards. It'll also actually help you select later, but you'll notice, do I have a bunch of blues? Do I have a bunch of greens or reds or blacks? A lot of us have a lot of black. Black or white, it's not a bad thing. And if you're looking for a way to kind of up level kind of your sense of expression, black and white as a base is great. Your accent colors and become the way that you zhuzh it up. All right. Here's what this expanded capsule collection could look like. We went from 6 pieces to 12 to 15, right? And so what I have here is on the left, the original kind of travel capsule that we shared. All right, you've got the shoe combinations, you've got a black boot, a kind of oxblood loafer, and a sneaker. And then we added this really fun jacket, outside jacket, and a fun yellow tote bag. Across the top is what you just saw, the 3 tops and the 3 bottoms all in their kind of mix and match combinations. But what we added this time is a trench, a leather jacket, and a jean jacket. And again, even with those coats, you can see next to the original capsule collection how they might work together. What I've added is a Zoe top in that kind of eggplant color and the matching skirt. And I've also added a black tube skirt or narrow pencil skirt. Now, if you're not a skirt person, don't worry about it. Instead of a skirt, you may just be fine with 3 basic pairs of pants, or you might have different pants, something with a pattern on it, or a different color even. This is just for example. But then I've added kind of a gold turtleneck, a green and white striped button down, and a black turtleneck. And you can see how all of those pieces, the tops, would work well with the bottoms we've selected. For fun, I've added another like small black pocketbook and a Ife scarf from the Zoe collection that opens up into a 70 by 42 silk scarf. But you can see how the color combinations would work here to kind of accent. You could tie it around your bag, you could tie it around your neck, you could wear it as an accent under your jacket. It's just, there's so many options here for how you can mix and match this combination. And look how simple this is. And I'm not saying you have to be quite so minimalist. Of course, you could go to 20 or 25 pieces, but the point is the versatility and the way that you can simplify, because it's kind of doesn't matter what you grab. You could close your eyes and grab, and you're going to be good. And they need to be things that you like and that you enjoy wearing, that feel good on you. And when you do that, it just opens your world, and it reduces complication. And goodness knows we've got enough complication in the world today. Why not make it easy for yourself? So I hope that that was helpful. I encourage you to send me notes and let me know what you think or feel or questions you have, because, Zoe Goes, choose Zoe Goes, because efforting is out of style. Reduce the decision making, simplify, create ease, and feel free. All right. So happy to have shared this with you. Don't worry, we're going to do one for our winter capsule clinic sometime around November. I'll go ahead and release that. But until then, feel free to check in with me, send me notes, any questions you might have about how to mix and match and create a capsule to free yourself. All right. Bye now. Thanks so much.